and I help you to sleep sound and dream deep. This evening, I decided to take a look at a subject that people don't talk about as much as they should, and that is menopause and its connection with sleep. Now, menopause, there's all kinds of theories about it. There's all kinds of information about it, a lot of it incorrect. A lot of jokes made about it, but there was a time when women at this stage of life were revered, respected, and listened to. Now everybody seems to want to stay 20 years old forever. And there are reasons for that, but that's another story. But what exactly is menopause? It's a change in a phase of life in a woman, and it's a time where there are not only physical changes, but emotional changes, mental changes, even spiritual changes. And it impacts every aspect of her life, including sleep. But physically, what it is when a woman's ovaries stop producing estrogen and progesterone and she stops having periods. It's the normal part of life, and it usually starts to perimenopause, or the period leading up to menopause, usually starts to happen in the late 40s to early 50s. And even when periods stop, the menopausal period can continue for a number of years, which is something people probably don't realize. Now, there is, because of this, the various symptoms and problems may occur as a result. It depends on many factors, including lifestyle, heredity, all kinds of things. So, and every woman's experience is going to be different. Now, one thing that I have noticed as a therapist over the years is that I'm noticing that younger and younger women are going through menopause, which is, in their 30s rather than starting in their 40s to 50s. So there are a number of reasons for that happening too, including, food that has no nutrition in it, pollution, stress, all kinds of things. But getting back to the physicality of menopause, when the ovaries are no longer producing sufficient amounts of estrogen and progesterone, the loss of these hormones can bring about various symptoms, including the famous hot flashes, which is this kind of fever what can spread throughout the body, and sweating, which is also associated with this sudden flush of heat. Now, just to give you a few statistics about menopause, changing and decreasing levels of estrogen may cause many of the menopausal symptoms, including the hot flashes, and accompanied by sweating, which affects 75 to 85% of women during the perimenopausal or menopausal period. Now, according to the National Sleep Foundation, approximately 61% of menopausal women have sleep problems. Sleeping difficulties can lead to other problems, including daytime drowsiness, mood disorders, mood swings, insomnia, and sleep-disordered breathing, such as sleep apnea. These sleep problems also cascade at the mental and emotional level because they can often be accompanied by depression and anxiety. And generally, some 61% of women report insomnia symptoms and that they're less satisfied with their sleep. Another problem that crops up around this time is snoring. It's reported to become more common and severe in postmenopausal women. That, along with pauses or gasping for breath, could be signs of a more serious sleep disorder, such as obstructive sleep apnea. Now, what can you do about it? There are different things you can do, and it's really, really up to the individual woman as to what she should do. Get the best thing she can do is to get herself informed, so that she can make a decision that's in line with what's best for her. But in terms of medical treatments, there are estrogen replacement therapy, which is estrogen um, and progesterone combined, and that's called ERT, or the more commonly known HRT, or hormone replacement therapy. Oh, sorry, let me backtrack. The ERT is estrogen only. The HRT is estrogen and progesterone. And those treatments have been found to alleviate many menopausal symptoms. Now, how effective it is can depend again on the individual woman, as well as the form taken. It can be pills, patches, gels, creams, or injections, and how long they've been on the treatment. Now, with regard to what treatments would work best for you, it's best that you speak with your GP. And unfortunately, many GPs do not have training around this, treat it as a medical illness, a sickness, as opposed to a natural phenomenon. And so you may have to do a little bit of research on your own and educate your doctor, just to put that out there. Now, as I say, there are various alternatives. Other alternatives are more natural alternatives, such as nutritional supplements, such as calcium, vitamin D, or biophosphonates for the prevention or treatment of osteoporosis, which is where the bones become weak and can fracture easily. Those things may be helpful. Estrogen creams and rings for physical discomfort, as there's less estrogen and progesterone in the system. The uterus can actually start to atrophy, and the tissues atrophy, so causing discomfort, particularly when having sex. So there are creams and rings to address issues like that, and as well as sleep producing or sleep promoting drugs that may be plant based or herbal. They will also can also help with with insomnia. And another treatment is dietary. There are things you can eat, like soy is naturally bioidentical with regard to estrogen. It's a phyto or plant estrogen, so that taking products such as tofu or soybeans, soy milk, to a lesser extent, can be helpful as well. Phytoestrogens are also available in other forms, in different nutritional supplements, such as ginseng, which can also be known as dong quai, red clover, black cohosh, and agnocastus, which can be helpful in managing various symptoms. But in the end, every woman really just has to do her due diligence and find out what is appropriate for her, not just from a medical point of view, but from her own being, what feels intuitively right. She needs to trust herself to know what's best for her. Now, what coping strategies are there for women who are perimenopausal, or even menopausal and postmenopausal, once the menopause period has passed? Sensible things such as eating healthy, avoiding large meals, particularly late at night, to do as much as you can to maintain normal weight. Doing weight-bearing exercises in particular would be helpful with regard to strengthening the bones to make fractures less likely, osteoporosis to be less prevalent. Avoiding spicy or acidic foods which may trigger hot flashes. So maybe not too many curries. And eating foods, again, rich in soy may help to reduce the symptoms. Our favorite demons, nicotine, caffeine, and alcohol, should be avoided, especially before bedtime. Clothing, wear night clothing that is lighter, uh, bed clothing that wicks away heat, to help to improve sleep efficiency. Avoiding heavy insulating blankets, or if you need to, use a fan or air conditioning to cool the air and increase circulation. Or make sure you have your windows open just to get some air circulating into the room. The biggest thing, stress. Reduce your stress as much as possible. Stress makes everything health wise worse. It just does. So it may be worthwhile to look into learning relaxation techniques, getting massages, and exercising regularly to be able to keep the stress levels down. If you're suffering from anxiety or depression, then you may need to speak with a health professional to get some additional assistance with those. The last thing, and the most important thing, though, for women to do is to do the work, inform yourself. That way you can make the best decisions about what to do as you're going through menopause. What resonates the most for you in terms of your health and in terms of your beliefs around how you should deal with the symptoms that you have to go through. Learn as much as you can. There is a lot of information out there. There are a lot of doctors who aren't trained and don't know really how to give good advice about this. It may be down to you to do the research and hand the information about what you would like to do to your doctor to execute. That's what my special guest next week is going to be talking about in a special live, where we look at this issue in a little bit more depth. You'll love this interview. I mean, Dr. Jill Barham will be with me next week. She's a lovely person. We also always have a good laugh when we talk, but we also will give some real gems that you can take away with regard to menopause. So there you have it. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Have a great evening and start to the week, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.